blast off. 3, 2, 1, blast off. All right, hey, coming at you live. Hello, hello. And what day is it? Let me hear it loud and clear. It's Fear Buster Friday. Yeah. Fear Buster Friday.
Фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
That's right. I got the power. And you do too. You've got the power. All right. Well, let's move it along on this Fear Buster Friday. So what am I going to do? If you've been watching me over the last, I don't know how many weeks it was, we were reading Price Pritchett's book, U Squared. Now we're finished with that, and I've decided that I'm going to read different chapters. Well, they're like little teeny tiny chapters from this book called 365 Science of Mind. Okay, and so there's a page for each day, and it's a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. So on most days for a while till, I'm inspired to do something else, sometimes I'll be inspired to do something totally different on a Fear Buster Friday, and other times it will be more consistent with whatever it is that I've decided to choose. And so I've decided to go with this book for a while, and I will be reading today's, which today is September 29th. So I'll read it, and then I'll do like a little unpacking, and then of course a Fear Bust a Move for you Fear Busters out there. So I'm a Fear Buster coach, and my name's Lydia Rieger. And so, what's fear busting? Fear busting is basically, taking steps towards your goals and dreams and doing it even when you're afraid, or even when you think, like, ooh, am I going to make it? Am I going to fail? I don't know what's going to happen. Doesn't matter. You take a step anyway. So you do it with faith, with freedom, with fun, and you leave the fear behind you. And, it's always kind of there, and that's okay, because it's going to be a steady companion, but you're not going to let it drive the car. And that is crucial, and that is what we're all about. So, if you feel like you're not a really good fear buster right now, that's okay. You can always improve. So keep watching, and you can go on YouTube and see all the other Fear Buster videos I've done, and just remember to keep going and keep fear busting. Okay, so that kind of sums up what I do and what I do here on Fridays. But I'm what you call a transformational life coach, and I've nicknamed myself the Fear Buster Coach. And mostly, my niche really is helping moms, especially homeschool moms, have everything they want to have, balance their family, balance homeschooling, and juggle a business. So entrepreneurial moms. But this kind of stuff, this fear busting, this helps anybody out there. So share the love and like, and share, because you never know who it might help. All right, so here we go. I'm going to read now from this book here, 365 Science of Mind, and we're on September 29th. The title is The Mind in Me is Also in All People. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind, from Ephesians 4:23. Now, and just I want to just pause before I begin. I was playing I've got the power. So see how that phrase fits in this little chapter for today. Emerson said there is one mind common to all individual people, which means that the mind of all human beings is the one mind which each uses. Therefore, the mind you use is the mind I use. It is the mind everyone uses. It is the mind of God. And because the mind of God is a complete unity, it is omnipresent. Therefore, the mind that you use, and that is your mind, is the God mind in you. This mind is in all people, envelops all, and is at the center of everything. This mind, which is God, permeates every atom of your being. It is the governing principle in every organ of your body. It is the principle of perfection within you. Your thought is the activity of this principle. The principle is perfect, complete, and limitless. But your thought circumscribes its action and causes the very mind of freedom to create conditions of bondage. Your consciousness of the divine presence within you, like light, dissipates the darkness. This is your eternal and true self at the center of your being. It is the mind of God manifesting itself in you as you. This you that it manifests is not separate from itself, but is itself. Divine mind within me is perfectly free. I am not merely a shadow of this mind. I am the substance of it. I am this mind in action. I project this mind through my experience. Since the mind within me is the mind of God, and since the mind of God not only created everything that has ever existed, but also will create everything that is ever going to be, I have within me the ability to project new ideas, new thoughts, new inventions. Calling upon this mind for an answer to a problem, I at once know the answer, because the answer to every problem already is in the mind I possess. Boom! There it is. All right, that's the end. Now let me unpack this a little bit. So some of the words that I like in here, or the phrases, are that it causes the very mind of freedom to create conditions of bondage. I mean, I don't really like that, but you know, what's true is that our thoughts, and let me back up, it says, but your thought circumscribes its action and causes the very mind of freedom to create conditions of bondage. So this means that we already have a free mind. You know, it's given to us that it's free, that it's connected with the mind of all, and that's where all the answers are. But what happens is that there is a part, you know, of us being human, that we have this other part of our mind, and it's the you know, some of our thoughts, you know, they're going to cause this mind of freedom sometimes to create bondage, and so we have to be aware of that, you know, and so how do we stop that, you know, is what my question is. You know, how do we prevent that from happening, so we can be more like the light that dissipates the darkness? Because that really is what our true being really is, light. But sometimes our thoughts, you know, will not allow the light to come in, right? So so how do we do that, you know, was the first question that came to my mind when I read this. And so here's what you can take with you for your fear bust a move. And you might think of some other ways. And if you do, please let me know, because I always, you know, want to know more ways that I can continue getting in harmony with the freedom mind. But this is what I came up with. Just like the song I played in the beginning, I've got the power. I was thinking, I've got the mind, you know, and we all do. We all have the power. We all have the mind. But it is a matter, I think, of reminding ourselves, especially when things are tough, and especially when things just kind of go like what's the phrase? Like it's just, you know, you might be in a rut, but even if you're not in a rut, it might just be like everything's on autopilot, you know, And you might then all of a sudden you might realize, oh my gosh, I've been on autopilot and I haven't really tapped into the freedom mind lately. So watch for those times when things are just going along, plodding along, and you just kind of go, 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 or you just try to keep on going, because you can get, before you know you're in a rut, you can be in this sort of, this stream of just yeah, what was the phrase I used? Not the rut phrase, but the autopilot. So, and that's when you gotta wake up, and so, and remind yourself, I've got the mind, I've got the power, and what helps me sometimes is just a small little phrase like that to kick that into gear, so that as soon as you notice that you're in this rut or in this autopilot, you can snap out of it and tell yourself, I've got the mind. Okay? And then that will just help you continue to remind yourself to always be aware and always have that freedom mind. And then the other idea that I came up with was to get quiet once in a while, to just really see, how your mind can stop thinking about the limiting things that bind you, because we don't want that bondage. We want the freedom mind. So practice, even if it's just 2 minutes a day, put on some nice flowing music or whatever, or maybe the I got the power, whatever you want that helps you tap into that freedom mind. And so sometimes it's quiet, but sometimes it might be a song, that's loud, and you're just kind of getting in the groove of that, and allow the mind to just be free, and close your eyes and just bring in that freedom mind. So those are a couple ideas, because when I read this before I got on here live, I thought, well, this is great, but how do we do it? So I'm going to read the last sentence again. It says, calling upon this mind for an answer to a problem, I at once know the answer, because the answer to every problem already is in the mind I possess. And remembering that, you might not have the answer to the current problem or situation or condition to get out of that and get in harmony with what it is you really want to be doing and creating. You might not know the answer consciously, but it is there is an answer unconsciously. It is in there. It's in your mind, because you're connected to that whole one mind. So just keep that in mind too, because I think it gives comfort. I know it gives comfort to me when I'm stressed and overwhelmed, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, there is an answer to this. I just don't know what it is, and I'm not going to get there either if I'm in the current state of overwhelm. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Most of the time when you're in that kind of a state, you're not going to see the answer. But once you kind of breathe and calm yourself down and get more in harmony with that freedom, open mind, and allow the answers to come, then they'll come to you. It's not that they're not there. They're there. They can't come to you when you've got the hose kind of kinked up. So go out there, unkink that hose, and remember. What do we remember every Friday? Say it with me. To make every day a fear buster day. Bye for now.